Palma. Oh,
Oh, man.
pass. That's unfair, and Palma 7 points in the game.
To Del Fuentes.
Oh, wow.
Ilagan takes the shot and knocks it down. Valoria is open. 3-point. Oh my goodness! Face a jumper by Robin Celis. Caballero has tied. Now it gets Martin Rosso. Turnaround jumper. Oh my goodness!
Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to our coverage of the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League Season 7. And we are back at the Inares Sports Arena in Pasig City para sa inyong Friday triple header. We feature two teams that are currently trying to find their way back sa kanilang respective divisions. Ilagan Isabela Cowboys featuring ito si Dennis Santos. They are looking to move up right in the middle ng ating North Division. Cowboys, of course, on a 2-game winning streak. Sa kabilang panig naman, Miles Canyal has recovered from that dunk by Christian Manaytay, and okay na siya. He's in good spirits as he tries to lead Bacolod to a victory dito sa ating unang laro. Yan po yung ating schedule ngayon. Ilagan Isabela, 5-star Cowboys. They take on the Bacolod Tubo Slashers. Mamaya, it's the Pangasinan Heatwaves against the Valenzuela City Magic. And in the main game, the Cebu Greats battle the Imos Brotherhood. Magandang hapon mga kaliga, si Daf Tupas kasama si Javi Palanya. And Javi, 3 more games. The action has been intense and very, very exciting dito sa MPBL.
Right you are, Sedelf. We've already crossed the halfway point of this season, and every game continues to be more important than the last. And of course, these 3 games today will only be a curtain raiser before the 2 games that are happening before the Clash of Titans tomorrow at 8 o'clock p.m.
Oo, so ito po yung last before the big day tomorrow, no? So let's welcome everyone on Facebook and on YouTube, no? Magandang hapon sa inyo, and we are also live on Solar Sports every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Let's bring in the most famous member of our team, Miss Mika Abisamis. Miss Mika, kamusta yung dalawa ko po na natin na maglalaro ngayon? I'm so happy to see a smile on your face today.
So Del, Fabi, you know what? It's a great Friday indeed. Dahil napakalapit ng venue natin, ano? Nandito lang tayo sa Inares Center in Pasig. Kaya naman kung meron tayong mga kaliga na malapit lang dyan, halina kayo at manood kayo ng MPBL sa araw na to. But of course, for this first game, ano, very exciting. Itong si Coach Pao Havilora, sabi niya sa akin, despite losing to Nueva Ecija, napakadami daw na lang natutunan sa game na yun. At ang importante ay nagsama-sama sila sa isang challenging moment. Sabi nga niya sa akin, alam mo, Mika, ang galing nga kasi kahit na yun ang nangyari kay Miles Canyal, napasikat niya ang Bacolod team, ano, sa iba't ibang social media. Ang dami na daw niyang reels ngayon. At syempre, he's very happy to be back coaching them again. Kaya naman si Delph, meron siyang mensahe sa'yo. At yan ay balik na kami liwat. Ngayon, ito naman si Coach Louie Gonzalez. Of course, he is enjoying his 2-game winning streak for the first time, no, this season. Sabi niya sa akin, ang saya-saya ko, Mika. Finally, nararamdaman ko na nagkakatotoo na lahat ng gusto kong mangyari. At bukod dyan, syempre, he is also enjoying his acquisitions. In his words, sabi niya, they have surrendered to his system daw. At every week, meron siyang fino-focus na isang bagong player. And this week, si Coco Pingo yan. Sabi niya sa akin, ako, isa talaga to sa pinakamatalinong player, no? Na-realize ko talaga during our practices. So, nakausap ko naman itong si Coco. Sabi niya sa akin, excited ako mapunta dito sa Ilagan. Malay mo, maging endorser ako ng 5-star chicken. Sa Del Favi.
Maraming salamat, Mika. And so many things covered on that report. I don't think we need a pregame anymore. Thank you. Maraming salamat.
I needed time to recover after that last statement.
Kita mo? May gustong maging endorser, may nasasayahan sa team niya, may nagbabalik, and merong nakarecover na sa kanyang unfortunate pag-posterize sa kanya nung Sabado, no? But may mga laro pa rin tayo kahapon, no? And we were at the Astrodome in Pasay City. Gensan took down Parañaque by a huge margin. Ang Quezon naman, hindi umulan pero nagpaulan sila ng 3. 18 triples on their way to a 91-60 win And oh boy, what a debut para kay Christian Pajarito. 27 points, a career high as he led Pasay to this win over Muntinlupa.
Although these were all blowouts, Delph, they were very entertaining games because of the way it really panned out. The first game we saw Gensan play to their strengths once again, playing with that pace in the three-point shooting. The Quezon Huskers, the same, raining down threes against the Davao Occidental Tigers, who put up a fight midway through that game. Kaya lang talaga, Gabanal happened and the rest was history. And Pasay, what can we say? Christian Pajarito and the rest of the new acquisitions for the Voyagers, putting up a good debut para sa kanilang bagong kupunan.
So this is where we stand right now. Quezon solidifying that hold on top spot, 15-3 ang kanilang record. Gensan moving ahead of Batangas, 12-7. Pero pareho sila ng record dito, 12-7. And Muntinlupa still at number 8, 10-8 ang kanilang record. And Davao with a 7-10 record. Imos will be in action later on. It's a very important game, very important din para sa Cebu, because if they want to target that 10th spot, they have to start winning games now. Bacolod naman right there at number 14. They also are needing victories here para magkaroon sila ng chance even sa play-in battle natin. No? Ito namang North Division, nandyan pa rin, nangunguna Nueva Ecija and Abra. But Ilagan, Isabela, that was a crucial win just last night para sa Pasay because that allowed them to move up to number 6. Ilagan is at number 8, same number of losses with Pasay, so they played 3 less games so far. So it's still really getting tight and intense, Javi.
Yeah, and with all of these teams with about 10 to 15 games left on their schedule, really what was said yesterday by, I think that was Gensan, that yung bawat game ng isang team ngayon is really do or die.
No, and Ilagan Isabela saw their campaign wobble a bit, and then they bring in one guy and then a few more. But this guy right here na pag-uusapan natin, AJ Miranda, he's been the catalyst sa turnaround nitong Ilagan Isabela Cowboys, reuniting with former coach Louie Gonzalez with JRU, and then parang nagbago, no? He totally changed the complexion of this team.
Tama ka dyan. Nagbago talaga yung ihip ng hangin. As soon as he came in, the attention that he brought in really made it easy for his other teammates to also buy into the system, because he is actually, you could say, could have been the epitome of what Coach Louie has been preaching about since their days in JRU, and he has come on over here to prove to everybody that this system can be successful, and there he did it against Imos. 17 points, 10 assists, a near triple-double para sa kanya across the stat sheet. He was amazing in that game against the Brotherhood.
Oo, and sa kabila naman, he has improved as the season has gone on, and he may be remembered for that dunk of Christian Manaytay, but Miles Canyal, improved ang kanyang outside shooting. He's improved his post game as well, and actually I admire his bravery for challenging that Manaytay dunk.
You're right. It takes a lot of courage to actually go and block that shot. He made the business decision to still go up and challenge that shot. But here, you look at his numbers in that game. They were incredible. 11 of his 16 in the first half. And I think he may be playing without a lot of help in the front court, but this has been a good opportunity for him to develop and really show his talents as a big man here in the MPBL.
Oo, tama ka dyan, Avi. And we will see more of Miles as they take on the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. Let's go to Richard Tampos for the starting lineups.
Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. Playing center number 15, Alan Santos. Guard number 13, Gab Gomez. Also at guard number 11, Don Gumaru. Forward number 5, Josh Giyab. Small forward number 4, Ajem Miranda. The head coach is Louie Gonzalez. His assistants are Mixon Ramos, Eric De La Cuesta, Hans Robles, Alex Calweng, and Ethel Tacorda. Team consultant Glenn Capaccio. The team managers, Vice Mayor Jabe Diaz, Board Member EJ Diaz and Joji Fournier. Team governors Ricky Lagui and Joey Fournier. Team honors are J.O. Diaz, Governor Rodito Albano and Mayor J. Diaz. Here's the starters for Bacolod Tubo Slashers. Point guard number 1, John Sobrebega. The other guard number 6, Kenneth Malazarte. Also at forward number 25, Miles Canyal. Playing center number 22, Chadi Rangel. Small forward number 10, JC Adjay. The head coach is Pau Habilona. Assistant coaches Noy Baclao, Emric Sahota, and Briton Habilona. Assistant team manager Kevin Custodio. The game officials are crew chief Jay Castroverde.
Starting
with
five is
Mike
brought to you by
Kinay
1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Ilagan Isabela starts with Donald Gumaru, Gab Gomez, AJ Miranda, Alan Santos, and Josh Gia. Bacolod naman has John Sobrevega, Ken Malazarte, Chadi Rangel, JC Adjay, and Miles Canyal. Our officials are our crew chief, Jay Casaveri, Mike Kinay, Alan Manzano, and Ariel Arce, ang substitute referee.
Pretty formidable starting lineups para sa parehong kupunan.
Yeah, especially itong Bacolod starting Rangel with Canyal.
Yeah, Twin Towers right away para kay Coach Pau Havilona. This guy, Malazarte, was explosive in his debut in their last game against Nueva Ecija. It's not starting it off on the right foot there. Got called for a travel. Ito si JC Adjay doon sa kanilang unang possession.
Donald Gumaro has hit 9 3-pointers over the course of the last 2 games, Avi. All of his field goals, all of his makes in the last 2 games have come from beyond the arc.
Yeah, he's fit seamlessly into his role here para sa Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. I think Coach Louie has really put him in spots where he can really be successful. Not really a lot of pressure on him. You could see that he's playing very loose. And that's a good thing.
Here's Gumaro. He'll fire a 3. Got it! As JC Adjay is down on the other end. Mukhang mga natapilok si JC.
And that's not really something very good, especially para sa Bacolod dahil medyo manipis ang kanilang rotation.
Yeah.
And Adjay has been, one of their more important players this season.
And he is a tough kid. And alam natin na matibay ito si JC Adjay. And bihira itong nakakaramdam ng ganyang injury.
Actually, yeah.
Kung hindi talaga nasasaktan, tutuloy lang to eh.
And it looks like it's kind of really painful dahil he needed the help of 2 of his teammates.
Yeah,
he can't even put weight on it.
Yes. I'm not sure what happened there. Tingnan natin dito.
Oh, it was on the drive.
Oy!
Masakit talaga.
That was painful.
Yeah, twisted his ankle there.
That was painful, Javi.
A very unfortunate incident, but Bacolod, they're gonna have to play through that, and other guys will have to step up. I think it's Aldev Canoy right now checking into the game para kay JC Adjay. Very capable player. We've seen flashes of brilliance galing sa kanya. I think consistency na lang ang hinahanap sa kanya dito ni Coach Pau Havilona.
I like Aldev Canoy's game. He has a really maganda yung athleticism. He can shoot as well.
Very prototypical small forward in this era.
Yes, quick hands. AJ Miranda all the way.
The reason why Coach Louie loves to have Ajem there is because he affects the game on both ends of the floor.
Gumaro, back out to Gomez. Miranda will attack, finds Gumaro, the extra pass. Look at the ball movement. And Josh Gia finishes that one off. Unselfish basketball from the Cowboys. That's a 5-star move right there, Javi.
Indeed. Take a look at it again here, behind the back, and then the pirouette, the pass, and then an extra pass, another one, and then the shot made by Josh Giab.
That's our play of the game, brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. An early timeout for Bacolod as Ilagan has gone on an 8-0 run to start the game. Eight to nothing run to start the game, and for a change, the five-star Cowboys are actually starting out really well here in this ball game.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 from the field and still holding Bacolod scoreless until that moment where Rangel was able to get somehow a sweeping hook shot going to his left side.
Miranda gets it to Gumaru now with Alan Santos. Giab against Kanyal. Ajem wide open. That's a 3 and that won't go. Malazarte. Nagmamadali. Malazarte attacks. Gets it to Rangel. Gomez secures the rebound.
Yeah, that's a warm-up jumper that he should make, and that's very well in his arsenal. Just couldn't hit it there because Chandy Rangel.
Miranda, drop pass, Giab for 2.
It's really nice if you're Bacolod that you have Chandy Rangel there to protect the rim and provide the intimidation, but somebody's got to help the helper. The other guy on the other side, you got to protect those drop passes as we see that triple from a dead shot. Oh, only a 2-pointer galing kay John Sobrevega.
A foot on the line para kay John Sobrevega. 10-4.
This guy, he's very determined to really play well. Ito si John. It's
Yes.
just that sometimes still going through maybe an adjustment period. Obviously, medyo matagal rin siya nawala dito sa liga. But, you know, slowly finding his footing, and marami naman siyang games na maganda rin ang pinakita niya.
Absolutely, Avi. And I'm kong, you know, he's been hit by injuries even when he was playing in the collegiate ranks, di ba?
Yes.
Tapos, medyo nawala and then trying to find his way back. Hindi naging madali, but I think we're seeing, you know, really good signs para kay Jan. He's young. He's still young.
Yeah. I really admire the perseverance, the passion that he shows, the love for the game. You could see him.
Yung kuya niya lang yung matanda na, si JC.
He keeps playing. I mean, that's just how much he wants to get better.
Yes. Walang inaayawan na laro to.
Wala.
Miranda. Oh! How did he get that one in? AJ Miranda, 6 points.
It's so lucky that we're seeing AJ Miranda 2.0 here for the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys, and I'm sure Coach Louie Gonzalez is very happy na yun ang nakuha niyang package sa trade window natin.
Dave Canoy, pinapahirapan ni AJ. Canoy can't hit. Alan Santos with the rebound. Miranda will slow things down. 5.5 minutes remaining in the first period. Gab Gomez did not score in the last game, but he was plus 22, Javi.
You know, Gab, he's just gonna be there, and whatever you need from him, yun ang gagawin niya. He doesn't have to score the basketball to be effective and create a lasting impact on the game, because he will do what others won't.
Malazarte, that's a 3 this time.
Bacolod now starting to hit their shots, and Malazarte, he was actually responsible for Nueva Ecija getting surprised in that first quarter dun sa kanilang laro last Saturday. They actually led after the first quarter against the nice Vanguards. Itong Bacolod to Boss Lashers. Oh.
Yeah, Mas Kanyal.
I did not see that coming. Yeah.
Mainit. Si Toto Miles.
Well, I'm sure, kind of sure that Alan may have gotten into the head of Miles Canyal.
Absolutely. But if you're Miles, at alam mo kailangan ka sa team mo,
Mismo.
Alan Santos, relax lang, oh. Chill na chill lang.
That's what he does.
Yeah, and then, kita mo, nung tinulak siya, parang
Nagulat pa siya eh.
Napalakas yung bagsak eh.
It's just another day in the office for long-time vet Alan Santos. So it started there. That was the rebound play after the shot by Malazarte that went in. Bumagsak dun si Canyal. Di nagustuhan. It was actually Giab who he was contesting the rebound with.
Oo.
Pero siguro may sinabi si Alan Santos on the way back while he was down. Ayun, yun pala. Yun pala yun. That's what triggered it.
Yes. Alam mo, tinatawanan na lang namin yung mga ganang incident dito. Sa dami ng kinocover namin laro dito, normal po yan. Nangyayari po yan. At alam mo na pagkatapos ng laro,
magkakaibigan yung lahat.
okay din ang lahat. Magiging okay din yan.
Ayun ang nakakatawa eh. That just underscores the fact that, you know, every team, every player is really out here to compete, especially these young guys from Bacolod. Alam mong these guys, they're playing with a chip on their shoulders, especially with the struggles that they have gone through this season, but they are trying their best game in and game out to really carry the torch and represent the name in front of their jerseys well.
Oo.
And I'm sure you feel that.
Siyempre. Nire-represent ko lang yung Bacolod dito sa panel.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Upon review, it's a double unsportsmanlike foul on number 15. Or make it number 25, Miles Canyal, and number 15, Alan Santos. Technical foul is called on AJ Miranda for unsportsmanlike behavior.
So the verdict, double unsportsmanlike on Alan Santos, and then a technical on AJ Miranda for unsportsmanlike behavior.
So there you see, bumagsak si Miles Canyal. And actually, wala naman nangyari after that. Until them crossing half court here, there was a stoppage in play. And Canyal walks over to the half line. You see them cross paths there, si Santos tsaka si Canyal. After that, ayan na. Yun na yun.
Alam mo, ano talaga yan? Trigger talaga yan. Yung ganyan.
Oh, de kasi yung attention mo, may tinatry kang i-deal with eh. May tinatry kang i-face na problema. May siguro kakausapin ka. Tapos biglang may taong gaganunin ka. Talagang that's gonna rile you up.
Malazarte connects on the technical free throw. Abangan natin yan, ang pagbabalik ni Miles Canyal mamaya.
Ayan, nakasmile lang ngayon. Oh. Ayan.
Ano na yan, ha? Kakagaling sa ano yan? Kakagaling sa trending yan.
Resurrected from the dead. The second coming of Miles Canyal.
Sean Quiteves is in the game. Nalitan niya si Gab Gomez. Mark Dyke has also entered the ball game in place of Alan Santos. Miranda gets into the middle and the fadeaway drops para kay AJ Miranda. It's too easy, Javi.
I love the improvement in his game. You could see how calm he is right now, how patient he is. Yung reads niya, yung pagbasa niya dun sa depensa, ibang-iba na.
And the good thing about it as well is that he has not lost any of that speed or athleticism.
You're right. And the way that he plays defense, almost the same, maybe even better dahil nga mas matalino na, mas mataas na yung IQ niya ngayon.
Donald Gomaru able to lay it in. That's his first two-pointer in 3 games.
Wow.
After 10 makes from beyond the arc. This is the fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Personal Karaoke Speaker. Everyday karaoke.
He has really played very comfortably these past few outings para sa Ilagan because there's not a lot of pressure for him to bring down the basketball. The only thing he has to do is really play a lot of defense and then spot up. When he's given the opportunity to put the ball on the floor, he's going to do it, try to set up his teammates, and then relocate to a spot where he can catch it and shoot it.
And Mark Barrera has entered the game for the Tubo Slashers. Little JRU reunion on the floor here.
Yes, sir.
Giab, Miranda, and then Barrera. And then Coach Louie, Coach Mixon, Coach Alex dun sa kabila. Ajem. That's it to Josh, now with SQ. Dyke will drive. Labas kay Ajem Miranda. Shot clock winding down. Ajem. Giab takes the jumper. That won't go. Rebound ni Dyke. Giab. The extra pass. Kate Tevis for 3. No, Tumalip trying to get in there for that offensive rebound.
Wow. Commendable effort by TH Tumalip, although he was giving up a lot of height on that play.
This is the extra great move of the game. Born for greatness. Tingnan po yung ginawa niya dito, Javi.
1-2 slow step and then just the right kind of spin on the backcourt, on the backboard to be able to make that shot.
Here's Pingoy, launches the 3 and gets it to go.
Yeah,
That must have been the quickest. Coming from a debuting player. That's 3 seconds on the floor and he takes a shot.
Yeah, I really wanted to have a conversation with Coach Louie before this ball game. Talagang pinuntahan ko siya dun sa bench. And I really asked him, Coach, kumusta na ba yung high school teammate ko? Sabi niya, you know what, I'm really very happy with the way that he has been performing in practice. As you see, another three-pointer galing sa Ilagan Isabela, courtesy of Mark Dyke. And you know what he said about Pingoy is ibang klase daw talaga yung talino. Nasabi naman ni Mika na yan kanina. But him right now, he says he's very motivated. Yun yung nakikita niya kay Coco Pingoy.
Did you see that fast break?
The passing has been incredible. The reads have been on point. And Bacolod has had a lot of trouble trying to keep up with this pace that Ilagan has been showing in this game so far here in the first quarter.
Good cans there. Kanoy gets that one. Too strong. Dyke with a rebound. Pingoy again. At the controls. Gets it to Tumalip. Right on the money on the pass. That won't work. And the tap from Giab. Josh finds TH. Masyadong malakas yung pasa. Lubose to PJ Intia for 2.
Something he does really well is finishing at the basket. Ito si PJ Insha.
They get it across. Pingoy. Naso ng Bacolod. Dyke. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Coco. He'll fire again. That's an air ball. Dyke, though, gets the stick back.
Playing the mess right there on that air ball by Coco Pingoy. To si Mark Dyke. Ilagan with a very high scoring first quarter. Already 29 points on the board.
Mart Barrera, drop step, and the bank shot. Off the glass and in with that layup.
He may have been very active in terms of preparing for this game with the coaching staff ng Bacolod. Ito si Mart Barrera, because if there's one guy on this team that knows the system, it is him. Yung sistema ni Coach Louis Gonzalez. Mart Barrera being his former player at JRU.
This is the three-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Coco Pingoy knocks down the three. Right in his just seconds into his debut.
At yung isa pang kinatuwa ko na sinabi talaga ni Coach Louis is, Pingoy right now is surrounded by a lot of also intelligent players. Kaya yung naiisip niyang gawin, nasusundan ng mga teammates niya.
And you had to go back a couple of plays ago nung fast break na yon, no? He was looking, he found Tumalip and then the touch pass to Giap. Hindi man matatapos yung unang pinasahan niya, mas maganda naman ang tira dun sa katapusan ng possession.
Yeah, he's always had the IQ of a pure point guard. Kaya lang talaga he was known primarily as a scorer first. But eventually, he really was able to snuggle into that role of being a traditional point guard. And he just really wants to make his teammates better too, while also expecting his teammates to be able to play well with him, just like that.
They are a joy to watch, the five-star Cowboys, with the way they've been playing right now.
Saka bukod pala dun sa motivation na magagaling na ngayon yung teammates niya, nakakabasa na, pero tingnan muna natin to.
This is the assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Meron nga pala motivation to be an endorser ng 5-star chicken. Ito si Jerry.
Kaya nga eh. May gustong patunayan.
Ilagan is asking for a goaltend that was on the way down.
Okay na yun. Laki na ng naman. 34-18 at the end of one. The five-star Cowboys off and running here in the first quarter. Agent Miranda leading the way. Coco Pingoy with a strong performance in his first minutes as a Cowboy.
15 field goals, 10 assists on 15 field goals in that first quarter for the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. That was one of them. Pingoy looking very comfortable in those new threads playing for the Cowboys. 34-18 is the score after the first 10 minutes, second quarter of action sa ating pagbalik.
Pac is back. 8-division champ Manny Pacquiao makes his triumphant return. In his way stands WBC champion Mario Barrios. Plus Fundora versus Zoo 2 in an epic rematch.
What a gutsy battle!
And Pitbull runs it back against Angel Fierro.
Can you say fight of the year?
It's a stacked night of hard-hitting title fights.
Our very own boss, Manny Pacquiao, is back, and he steps back into the ring to face Mario El Azteca Barrios on July 24, the WBC welterweight belt. You can watch the fight live via Blast TV pay-per-view coming on July 20, Sunday at 8 a.m. Download the Blast TV app, available on Google Play and the App Store. Hirap nun sinasabayan ko si Richard Tampos dito sa loob Meanwhile, let's get an update from Mika Abisamis.
I talked about how Coach Louis is appreciative of his acquisitions, one of which is Coco Pingoy. Tubong Cebu, never thought he would play basketball. Sobrang liit daw kasi niya, pero badminton regionals champion daw siya sa palarong pambansa. Of course, he came to Manila and joined, in his words, one of the smartest people na nakilala niya sa FEU Juniors. Yung classmate daw niya na first day of school pa lang, kinurek agad ang teacher, kaya never na daw bumalik yung teacher na yon. But Coco said, malaki ang utang na loob ko kay Javi Palanya kasi siya talaga ang nag-push sa akin na mag-extra. Sabi niya, kami ng mga teammates ko, 27 shots siya, 30, nakataas na kilay niya, nagagalit talaga siya. But of course, after high school, he went to college, of course, offered by all the schools of the UAAP, joined Ateneo. Pero alam niyo ba, Dun daw talaga nagsimula yung frustration niya kasi syempre after that, no, parang yung career niya went down. Sabi niya, he has not watched a single UAAP game since 2019. Pero ngayon na bumalik siya dito sa MPBL at dito mismo sa Ilagan team, sabi niya, ang saya, ramdam ko ulit yung UAAP self ko. Anong masasabi niyo doon si Delph, Javi?
Ang masasabi ko doon, Javi, humingi ka ng tawad sa teacher mo na hindi na bumalik.
Talaga si Delph, sabi niya, pinagsabihan daw niya talaga, mali daw yung English. Ito palang si Apports, strict sa English. Si Delph.
Ibang klase to si Apports, no? But kidding aside, Mika, that's a terrific report on Coco Pinggoy. Ano pala talaga, no? Taking inspiration from my partner here.
Oh my goodness. I thought I would never hear that story on air.
It has come the light of day.
My goodness. Pinggoy, why?
Wait, wag mong awayin. 3 points na, oh.
Yeah, we have seen a very spectacular debut so far from him. At tama dyan si Mika, the enthusiasm, the joy, nakikita natin yan dito here in his first game for the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. Coach Louie, ito talagang naging project niya ngayon si Pinggoy.
Yeah. And when he, also for Coach Louie, when he sets his mind into something,
there is no stopping him.
Yes. But Javi, sorry, Apports, baka pag nagkamali ako, ikukorek mo ako.
Nako, baliktad niya.
Kinakabahan ako.
Baliktad niya. Ako nga yung kinakabahan sa'yo. Siyempre, that's more your area of expertise rather than mine.
Pero Apports, grabe ka pala sa classroom. Kahapon, nalaman ko na ikaw, nilipat ka ng klase kasi masyado kang nagsashine doon sa athletes class. The back-to-back days, it's been reinforced.
My goodness.
Including by this guy right here. Nothing but net on that 3. Galing kay Coco Pinggoy. And then, wala rin ringless ring.
Ringless rin. His talent has always been so immense. At times, immeasurable, especially during our days in high school. He was head and shoulders above the whole juniors field at that time. But, to see him slowly try and come back from the downside of his career, it's just really, for me, it's very heartwarming and I'm very happy for him.
Well, you have to remember, yung nangyari kay Coco Pinggoy changed policies.
Oh, yeah.
There were rules that needed to be addressed because of what happened to him.
That was
It was an institutional.
Yes.
It was institutional. The change was institutional. So if you're that player, you are something.
Oh, yeah. A very monumental moment in collegiate sports. Not just collegiate basketball, collegiate sports.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. The 5-star Cowboys wearing LGR threads, of course. Dennis Santos is in the game. Gab Gomez. Ang kasabay niya, Arenal, steps into this jumper. Everything clicking here para sa Cowboys.
It's so refreshing watching them, Sidel, because we get so used to seeing most teams at the professional level, playing at the half court, medyo naging mabagal yung ikot ng bola, sometimes trying to resort to a lot of ball screen action, but not a lot of off-ball play. Pero itong Ilagan Isabela Cowboys, matindi yung naging half-court sets nila dito. Look how they're able to dissect the defense. They have it surgical.
And you see where Gab Gomez was able to get that basketball so close to the rim already. Then, mas madali para sa kanya para tahiin yung depensa. And then Santos is at the line. Free throw of the game is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
At kung may titingnan ka rin naman talaga dun sa mga pickups nila from the start of the season, Gab Gomez is definitely one of the best decisions they ever made.
1 for 2. Victor Buraga has been given some minutes here in the first half. Homegrown player. Sobre Vega gets it to Aquino. Kanyal, who's back on the floor, binabantayan ni Arenal. Miles testing the defense. Sobrevega fades away. That won't go. Buraga secures the rebound.
Took a little too long to decide with the basketball. Ito si Miles Cañalo only to pass it off to Sobrevega, who also got tough coverage on his shot.
Ramirez goes. Buraga bungles the shot from close range.
But oh my goodness, how did that pass even go through?
Kaya Mart Barrera, crafty there. And he'll go to the line for 2 free throws.
Buraga playing with, I think, a little jittery here, but you know, he's been given the opportunity. But nice that his teammates continue to encourage him here on the floor.
Yavi, 43 points
Oh yeah,
in just 14 minutes.
impressive. And the way that they have done this is also being able to neutralize and limit itong Bacolod Tibos slashers. 21 points at this point.
Hindi ka rin masasabi na hindi nagde-depends ang Bacolod because they do.
Oh yeah.
These are young legs.
And they have been trying to keep in step. Kaya lang yung movement ng Isabela has just really been tough to handle.
Duo of Parera and Malazarte combining for 28 in the last game.
Those two guys just really signal a bright future para dito sa koponan ng Bacolod. Lots of potential for this Bacolod squad, you know, in the coming years.
Duraga spins, forces his way in, unable to score, pero maganda yung galaw ni Victor.
That's a very late pass. You should have made it earlier.
That's the long arms of Dennis Santos there. Kailangan mong lusutan.
Against other bigs, that might be a possible delivery. But yeah, against a guy with lanky and long arms, tulad ni Dennis Santos, mahirap gawin yung pasa na yun.
43-22.
That turnovers really hurting Bacolod here in the first half. There are 9 turnovers already para sa kanila.
Buraga. Gomez. Arenal. Santos has it. Dennis pulls up. Got it. You just put him in a spot where he can be effective and Dennis Santos will do the rest.
At talagang maganda rin ang naging addition niya dito dahil in previous teams, obviously, he had to make shots for himself as well a lot of times. Kaya medyo napapagod rin siya during the end game. There are times where fatigue really sets into play.
Player of the Game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. This shot right there, that shot, I don't think a lot of players in the MPBL can stop that shot. Sa taas ng release point ng bola na yun.
Tama ka dyan. And the way that he's able to knock that down, you know, the rate that he's able to knock that kind of shot down is amazing. And Dennis Santos, if he's able to get into those kinds of plays often para sa Ilagan, which I'm sure Coach Louie will continue to explore as we go down into the season, then the Cowboys can really generate some big victories down the stretch.
You know what amazes me, Javi? I look at that Ilagan bench and I look at the guy behind the bench. Their leading scorer and rebounder,
Yeah, you're right.
Art De La Cruz, is not even playing.
Pero temo, hindi nawawala yung ngiti sa kanyang mukha since the start of this game. Because he's realizing that, oh wow, kahit wala ako, okay takbo niya.
Oy, Buraga kicks it out. Gomez, Santos on the extra pass. Oh my! A spectacular, I don't know, spectacular play again.
They're putting on a masterclass in terms of moving the basketball dito sa laro na to. 16 assists already in this game.
Walang pilit, Javi.
Wala.
Walang pilit. All in the flow of the offense.
At ang kinagandahan pa dyan sa Delph is, this is already a different unit on the floor compared to what we saw in the first quarter where AJ Miranda was part of it. Here you have different personalities already, it's still the flow of the offense has been the same. We saw another three-pointer there. That's number 7 in the game for the Cowboys.
They've hit 28 over the course of the last 2 games, Abby, and they're pretty much on pace.
Well, now kasi talagang meron na silang mga pwedeng dumikada sa labas. Yung hindi talaga matatakot tumira galing sa tres, and yung people who can really knock it down.
What a pass right here. Buraga, and that is poise right there. Victor could have taken that shot, and then here Gab Gomez inatrasan lamang, and then tinirahan.
Yeah, Gab Gomez, sky's the limit for this kid. You know, he has a bright future ahead of him. The way that he controls a game, he's part of those group of point guards that we were talking about yesterday, Sadef. You know, those who can really control a game.
Oh, floor generals. And Sean Bautista is in the game para sa Ilagan. AJ Miranda na kakabalik lang, Javi. No? Almost a quarter na hindi siya naglaro.
Yeah, you're right.
And then Ilagan is up 27. Dennis Santos, nowhere to go. Sean Lazarte able to tap it behind. Canoy, left-handed scoop up top.
A rare transition opportunity right there para sa Bacolod. I personally thought when this game started that the Tubos Slashers were going to be able to get a lot of transition opportunities, but everything has been on point for the Cowboys here in the first half. They ticked all of the boxes so far in this game.
Malazarte on the move. Natapik ni Buraga. Miranda, it's a 3-on-1 break. Oh, extra pass. Wow. Ayaw. Mas maganda daw, sabi ni Victor.
At saka, ang matindi rin dito si Delph is
Step on the line.
not really seeing a lot of overpassing.
Yes. Sakto lang. AJ Miranda. Victor gets the 2 points.
Nawala na yung kaba. He settled into the game. Napawisan na. Got that ball. Excellent drop pass. Galing kay AJ Miranda. And the score, galing kay Buraga.
The assist of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Chemistry, teamwork, and unselfish play. And yung pinakita ng Ilagan on that play. 55-26. We'll be right back. Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. This is the fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Play on the go speaker. Take your music anywhere.
Fancy pass right there on the break. Galing kay John Sobrevega. Little look away and behind the back to the trailing Miles Canyag. Aldev Canoy.
24 fast break points for the Cowboys. Only 4 for Bacolod.
24 fast break points. 23 out of 35 from the field. That's 65%. 8 out of 15 from the outside. That's 53%. 19 to 13 in terms of rebounds. 18 to 6 in terms of assists. Only committing 5 turnovers and forcing Bacolod to 10.
Here comes AJ Miranda pushing. Miranda. Bautista to Alan. AJ is open. Sean is open. He fires a 3. That won't go. Rebound, Alan Santos. So na kay AJ Miranda. Blitz AJ. The swing. Gomaro blocked by Villanueva.
That's going to be a shot clock violation. Commendable effort galing kay Villanueva to really go out there and challenge that shot, ending up with the block. The momentum for Bacolod really dipped when JC Ajay went out and they lost a lot of their energy. Para silang nabunutan ng tinik.
21-8 quarter in terms of scoring. Bautista whistled for the personal.
It was already a fantastic start for the Cowboys, and you expect that would kind of dip here in the second quarter. Pero mas maganda pa yung pinakita nila dito sa second period. And Bacolod has shown little resistance in trying to stop this juggernaut of an offense.
55-27, Mark Dubose. Numbers this season, 11 points and 3.4 rebounds. Yung mga magandang na-discover dito sa Bacolod na player.
Yan yung mga hidden gems mo.
Ako, before the MPBL, I did not hear about him, compared to sila Ajay. Even Malasarte is a new guy to me. As Gomaro, push shot, got it, 7 points.
That speaks a lot, considering you're already from there.
Well, I haven't been there in a while.
Yung last ba na punta mo nung nag-cover pa tayo? Di naman.
Di naman. Umuwi-uwi naman, pero hindi na masyado naka sa basketball.
Masyado ka na kasing busy, Mr. Tupas.
Ako. Ikaw, busy. Kakakorek sa teacher.
Nabalik mo pa yun, ha?
Mark Dyke, 9 points. Ibang klase itong Ilagan, Nabi.
They're already with a chance to score 60 points here in the first half. That's a wonderful second effort galing kay Mark Dyke. They just continue to flow here in this game. Ito talaga si Mark Dyke. I think Coach Louis felt like he had unfinished business with this guy.
Ito na project na rin.
Successful na talaga. Successful. Buti naman.
60-28. Another turnover. Gomaro is off and running. AJ Miranda gets a running start. Dyke is fouled. And 2 free throws coming up for Swaggy D.
Mark Dyke this year averaging 7 points per game in 16 games played. Decent numbers for him, but I feel like may tataas niya pa yan.
Well, with the way though that this offense is equal opportunity para dito sa Ilagan, I think that's already very impressive, Abby.
Yeah, I would agree also. Considering they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys averaging in double figures. Obviously, Tumalip and Miranda have only played a couple of games for them, but still, 4 players averaging in double figures outside of those 2 guys. And you have about 8 to 9 guys averaging at least 7 points, including Mark Dyke. That's certainly very impressive.
And definitely an impressive half, a remarkable half of basketball from the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. Coco Pingoy, he did this while we were having an entire episode of a podcast about him. 9 points in just 5.5 minutes of action para kay Coco Pingoy. All coming from beyond the arc ang kanyang basket.
Super performance here in his debut for the 5-star Cowboys. Wow, 31 points is the lead para sa kanila at the end of the first half.
Heavyweight Division champ Manny Pacquiao makes his triumphant return. In his way stands WBC champion Mario Barrios.
Legendary.
Plus Fundora versus Zoo 2 in an epic rematch.
What a gutsy battle.
And Pitbull runs it back against Angel Fierro.
Can you say fight of the year?
It's a stacked night of hard-hitting title fights. is back. 8-division champ Manny Pacquiao makes his triumphant return. In his way stands WBC champion Mario Barrios. Plus Fundora versus Zoo 2 in an epic rematch.
What a gutsy battle!
And Pitbull runs it back against Angel Fierro.
Can you say fight of the year?
It's a stacked night of hard-hitting title fights.
The Ilagan Isabela 5-star Cowboys with a 31-point lead against the Bacolod Tubo Slashers at the break dito sa Inares Sports Arena. And what can we say? It was a 5-star performance in that first half from the Cowboys. 62% from the field, 47% from beyond the arc. 25 fast break points, and hindi natin nalagay dyan 20 assists, Sabi.
You're right. They've been doing it from virtually anywhere. They've been covering all the bases, and they've also been able to force Bacolod into a lot of turnovers. 12-6 in that department. You don't really see that on your screens right now, but it has been an absolutely dominating performance para sa kanilang kupunan dito sa laro na to. And they've been doing it as a team. It's been a total team effort, and we mentioned it earlier. There hasn't been really a lot of cases of overpassing.
Oh, and you know what's great about this performance here is that yung players nila, every time anyone who steps on the court looks ready, and you know nagko-contribute agad lahat.
The chemistry has been on full display. Tama ka dyan, Sidel. Kahit sinong kombinasyon ang ipasok nila, gumagana para sa Ilagan Isabela Cowboys.
Well, Mark Dyke had 11 points in that first half to go with his 5 rebounds and 3 assists. AJ Miranda got the ball rolling. He's got 10 points. Coco Pingoy, only 6 minutes, less than 6 minutes on the floor. May tatlong tres. And Josh Giab also had 8 points in that first half. An explosive first half. Bacolod naman is led by Aldave Canoy with 6 points. Barrera had 5. Doboze and Malazarte with 4 apiece. So, a different look para dito sa Ilagan to start the third. Gab Gomez, sinabay kay TH Tumalip, AJ Miranda, Josh Giab, and then Alan Santos, PJ Intia, Villanueva, Rangel, Barrera, and Malazarte ang 5 for Bacolod as Rangel.
Now the goal right now for Bacolod here, especially in the first 2-3 minutes of this third quarter, is really trying to go on a run and really rattle the necks of the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. But they're gonna have to work triple time to do it because these Cowboys show no signs of slowing down.
Now, the problem here is that yung opensa ng Ilagan creates a lot of confusion kahit nakasona ka. I mean, kahit mas lalo na pag man-to-man ang depensa mo. Pag hindi ka connected sa bola at saka sa tao mo, wala talaga. You're gonna get caught out.
Tama ka dyan. But here, offensively, at least we've seen back-to-back baskets. This is the second part of that back-to-back hits, of those back-to-back hits para sa Bacolod. PJ Incha with a successful in-one opportunity. Going back to their defense, you know, the perpetual movement of Ilagan has really made it difficult for them na makasunod talaga dun sa galaw ng Cowboys.
Libre na naman si Giab. Hindi lang nahanap na ngayon. He traveled though.
That's a successful stop, so they can build on that from there.
Board member Doc E.J. Diaz of Isabela. Part of that ownership group ng Ilagan Isabela Cowboys, representing that group here dun sa bench ng Ilagan kasama ni Coach Louie.
Kasi nakita mo yung diferensya nila dito. Itong Bacolod, lots more standing around compared to how the Cowboys do it.
But they persevere. And Villanueva scores the 2 points. He's got 5 points in the game. Santos against Rangel. Giab back out to Gomez. Giab eating up the space. Bigay kay Kuya Alan. Kuya A That won't go. Gab Gomez nakuha ang tapik ni TH Tumalip. And that ball poked away. Tumalip giving up the foul. A risky pass there.
Ito na, napatayo na si Coach Louie. Kanina buong first half, halos nakaupo lang yun eh.
Lead has been reduced to 25 from a 31-point lead.
Yeah, that is the goal right now for Bacolod. Take it one basket at a time. Don't really try to pressure yourselves to overcome this in one quarter. Unti-untiin nyo lang.
Miranda grabs the rebound.
They're getting open looks, but they can't be demoralized by these misses. They have to continue and try to make some stops. And that is what they've been doing so far here, the first few minutes of this third quarter.
There's a tendency on the part of Ilagan to get too mechanical.
Yep.
No, na parang minsan kasi there are situations na binibigay yung ginagawa nilang play na libre na. But because they've been doing it, because may habits na nabibuild sa kanila, ginagawa pa rin nila yung usual nilang ginagawa sa ensayo. But there is a shot available sometimes already.
And that is something that unti-unti kailangan nilang i-realize, especially as we head down late into this season, because even the better teams in the league are going to try to throw them off the rhythm and force them into situations like that.
Yung balance ba on the decision making.
Balance is the right term for that.
And Guillaume gets the first free throw to drop. He's 2 for 2. 10 points na para kay Josh Guillaume. I'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Layup missed, 6th rebound. Oh, we have to stop the game because the lights, a lighting problem dito sa Inares Sports Arena.
Gomez was ready to take it all the way.
His former teammate Charlie Rangel was ready to stop him as well. We'll take a break and we will be right back.
is back. 8-division champ Manny Pacquiao makes his triumphant return. In his way stands WBC champion Mario Barrios. Plus Fundora versus Zoo 2 in an epic rematch.
What a gutsy battle!
And Pitbull runs it back against Angel Fierro.
Can you say fight of the year?
It's a stacked night of hard-hitting title fights.
This July 20, we will see Pac-Man back in the ring as he takes on El Azteca Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight belt. You can watch this fight live via Blast TV pay-per-view this coming July 20. Linggo yan, alas 8 ng umaga. Download the Blast TV app and it's available on Google Play and on the App Store. We resume dito sa Inares Sports Arena in Pasig. Konting problema tayo sa ilaw natin. Oh, what a pass! Miranda able to finish.
Parang walang nangyaring pahinga.
Wala.
They absolutely took advantage of that long layover. Of course, players were shooting around, but Coach Louis made sure to draw up a play that was successfully executed. Pero maganda rin ang nagisagot na Bacolod sa kabila.
Alan Santos. Gab Gomez. Dyke. Libre si Alan dun. Hindi na umabot yung pasa. PJ Intia. The tough layup para kay PJ. He gets that one to go.
Lead back down to 25 points.
Dyke's jumper is money. Swaggy D.
Yeah, having one of his best games of the season thus far. 13 points in the game para kay Mark Dyke.
Malazarte in and out on the jumper. AJ Miranda looks ahead. Miranda will attack the middle against Barrera. Layup won't work. It's a foul
On Alan Santos.
on Alan Santos. This is the fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme Magpalamig. Free installation for split type air conditioning.
One of the most crafty finishers here in the league. Ito si PJ Incha, I must say.
Malazarte, there's a switch here. Canoy, top of the key. Atake niya yung depensa ni Miranda. He kicks it out to Villanueva. Rebound, nakuha ni Dyke. Mark Dyke already with 7 rebounds in the game to go with his 13 points. Miranda gets it back. PH pops out to Malip. Ajem drives baseline. The kick out to the other corner. Mintis ang tres ni Gab Gomez. Back the other way. Intia. Bagsak si Gab. Bagsak din si PJ. Balik sa Ilagan ng bola. Dyke inside. Mark Dyke for 2.
Tinanggal niya lang sa eksena doon. Si Villanueva. It's using his brute strength there. Didn't actually have to try too much.
Yeah, 15 points for Mark Dyke. Al Dave pulls up. That won't go. Rebound again for Mark Dyke. Another turnover for Ilagan. Palitan ng tao dito. It's Coco Pingoy and Dennis Santos coming in. This is the Assist Game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Easy fast break attempt once again para sa Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. Already with 25 fast break points in this game.
No, that has not moved. It's actually 25 already sa first half. I think hindi pa nadagdagan na yun for sure, Javi. 71-44 is the count.
Yeah.
No?
Should be, I think, mga 29 na yata dapat din ngayon or 31.
Alan Santos thought about it, takes the jumper, too strong. And Villanueva able to secure the rebound. Dobose, nakabuelo. Bigay kay Aldave Canoy for 2.
Strong take. Galing kay Aldave Canoy.
Tumalip, jumper, got it.
Patuloy pa rin yung mataas na porsyento ng Ilagan Isabela from the field. Yung Bacolod, they've been trying in this game, lalong-lalo na dito sa third quarter, coming out of the gates and able to bring this lead back down to about 25 points, 23, pero lagi may sagot itong Cowboys.
Mart Barrera drives baseline. Nandun si Dennis Santos, but sumabit si Dennis. Merong foul. 2 free throws coming up para kay Mart. This is the play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Everybody just got standing around there. Nobody really on the baseline near Barrera to actually try and challenge that shot.
Barrera has 6 points in the game. He had a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. 1 for 2. Para kay Mart Barrera. Pingoy. Arenal, Pingoy gets it back. Coco out to Dyke. A 3. Got it.
Wow, Mark Dyke still continuing his staggering showing sa laro na to. 18 points para kay Mark Dyke.
Pingoy taps it to Dyke. Swagidi not forcing that one. Inintay ang kanyang mga kakampi. Santos. Gets it to Dyke, who fires again. That's over the top.
Prior to that, he was able to hit his last 4 shots.
76-47. Bacolod still ahead in this quarter, actually. 15-16. Under 3 minutes to play. Nabitawan ni Rangel, and TH to Malip will finish. Aldrin Adorio is set to check in for Ilagan.
He doesn't believe that it should have been a foul, but that's only going to be his first. But here, TH Tamalip, one of the best two-way players here in the MPBL. Someone na talagang project ni Coach Louie na kunin during that window.
Adorio coming in for TH. And Dubose at the line. And Bacolod shooting 10 of 14.
It's such a luxury right now for the Cowboys to continue to enjoy this lead dahil nabibigyan ng oportunidad other players at the end of the bench.
Pressure here from the Tubo Slashers. Adorio and kay Pingoy. Dennis Santos, they're able to get it across. Coco. Dyke. Pingoy is open. He'll fire again. Got it. Coco Pingoy. 12 points, all coming from the three-point zone. Dobose, the bump and the foul. 2 free throws para kay Mark Dobose.
And he's only missed once from the outside sa laro na to. 4 out of 5 from behind the line sa laro na to para kay Coco Pingoy.
You gotta love what you're seeing, Javi.
Oh yeah, I am very happy seeing this.
Para sa atin ba yun o para sa'yo lang?
Para sa'yo na rin siguro,
Oo.
kasama ka na doon.
Para sa'yo yata yun eh. Kasi si teacher daw. Para kay teacher yata yun. Yung hindi na bumalik.
And I really have a deep connection with this guy dahil kami rin na nagkakabantayan during practice nung high school.
Wala mang pinupulbos mo.
Ay talaga, pinapahirapan ko talaga yung husto.
Pinap-
Dahil yun ang instruction sa akin ng head coach namin na si Mike Oliver eh.
Shooting has cooled off a bit. No, actually, still 62%, Javi.
Yeah,
and
no, it hasn't cooled down a bit,
No,
Sidel.
sorry.
That hasn't cooled down one bit.
Pingoy is open again. He gets it to go. 5 na yan from Coco Pingoy.
What's painful to think about here for Bacolod is just for Jerry Pingoy primarily, yung mga tira niya galing sa labas, halos puro libre yan lahat eh.
Lista mo yan eh.
Oo eh.
Lista mo na pag ganun.
You know, Bacolod has to remember, this guy is an elite player. And he will knock down those shots if you give him that much space. Obviously, there have been a lot of things that he has had to go through in his career from college to the professional ranks. But he's being given a golden opportunity here with Ilagan. And I think, you know, Coach Louie will really try to milk everything that he can from Coco Pingoy.
Coach Pao Havilona needing to solve a lot of problems here. Jeric Villanueva has 8 points and 3 rebounds. 84-53. Ilagan looking like they're on their way to another one-sided victory. Ayan, medyo binantayan na nila si Coco.
Well, many times when he is on the floor, itong Bacolod, they resort to a zone which really leaves Pingoy quite wide open. If it's not a zone, sometimes they just really get lost in translation defending yung kanilang mga half-court set. I tell you, I reiterate it again, it's the perpetual movement that's made it difficult para sa Bacolod in this game going up against Ilagan.
And that's going to be, you know, the things that the other teams would have to deal with. Pingoy let off the hook there by that miss. Adorio to Buraga. Denny Santos in and out. Malazalte able to recover. PJ Intia. Fade away, no good. Nagawan sa rebound. It ends up with Coco Pingoy. Quickly to Adorio. Adorio fires. Got it!
Everybody joining in on the party here.
You gotta love it. The Cowboys, everyone joining in on the party.
Incredible.
And it's really about your readiness to step on the floor, Javi. You know, you're enjoying watching your teammates, and all of a sudden you step on the floor, it's your turn now. And yeah, maintain pa rin ang standards as we check out the highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate their hydration.
And that standard has been upheld. Kung sino mang kombinasyon ang nasa sahig, kung sino mang player ang nasa floor para sa Ilagan Isabela Cowboys, my goodness, it has been such an impressive performance. 87-53 at the end of 3.
Back inside the Inares Sports Arena in Pasig. That's our Gixxer fan of the game, born for greatness. And,
Some fans from behind the Bacolod bench.
oo. Tuloy-tuloy lang ang action dito. Medyo lonely siya, Javi. Ilagan's next 3 games. This will be a fun stretch for the Cowboys. July 17, they take on the Cebu Greats. July 26, they travel to Zamboanga to face the San Juan Knights, and on August 2, they battle the Davao Occidental Tigers.
That's not going to be an easy stretch. Cebu, obviously, they're really trying their very best to build on as much wins as they can to try and catch up with at least a play-in spot for this season. Samantalang San Juan, always perennially on top of the North.
Let's get an update from Mika Abisams.
Just a little update on the Tubos Slashers. First, no more JC Ajay for the rest of the game. Medyo namagana nga daw ang kanyang ankle. But despite their situation against stronger contenders, Bacolod is obviously a team eager to develop their players. As we talked about the posterized status of Miles Cañal, sabi ni Miles, di okay, pareho na kami ni Wemby. But really, he said that's part of basketball and of life. I actually gained a friend in Manaytay kasi nga, noong araw daw lang na yun niya nalaman na Ilonggo din daw pala itong si Manaytay. Sabi niya, okay lang yun. Back to one-on-one na lang kami ulit ni Coach Noy. So, syempre, kinausap ko si Coach Noy Baclao. Sabi ko, ikaw ba, may naaalala ka ng mga ganong experience? Sabi niya, yes. Posterized din daw siya ni Chris Ellis sa isang tune-up game, no? Sabi ko, ikaw naman yung nakadakda, Coach. Anong naaalala mo? Ang tagal niya nag-isip. Sabi ko, I guess, too many to mention, no? But generally, he said, mas titibay pa si Miles at kami dahil dun sa experience na yun. Ang ganda, si Del Fabi.
Thank you so much, Mika. And grabe yung ano na yan, no? Parang buhay. Life goes on and not all the time nandun ka sa ilalim. Sometimes, you know, you deal with the ebb and flow.
Kasama talaga yan, you know, sa pagiging player. Generally, if you're a guy who likes to play a lot of defense, that's constantly going to happen to you, you know, and you shouldn't be bothered by it.
This Santos and Jeric Villanueva providing some rim protection there. 87-56 is the count, and I like that Coach Noy has really taken Miles Cañal under his wing. There has not been a lot of big men from Bacolod na nag-emerge after Noy Baclao. I think he was probably the last of the... Free Throw of the Game is brought to you by Extreme Appliances ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Probably the last of the, you know, better big men. No? It's a good shot right there. Ganda nun, direct. It's because after Noy, his cousin, Sani Abaring, played for FEU. And then, after that, wala na masyadong nag-emerge galing dun na discovery na big men na nag-shine talaga. And then I think Miles has now taken over that mantle.
And I love that, you know, he's brought the right mindset to it. And I really like how he has tried to be a sponge in this process.
Oo. Ryan Arenal at the line. Nakagraduate lang yan ni Ryan Arenal few weeks back.
Congratulations.
You get a special deal from OneXBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. In fact, I think Josh Diab is still continuing his studies at JRU. Kahit hindi na siya naglalaro sa team nila.
That's very applaudable. I think you could say that for a number of players here in the MPBL.
Inside Doboze, that rolls out. Iba ni Gumaru. Arenal. Now Ramirez. Santos got the step. Gumaro lumapit. The kick out. Ramirez takes it in short on that one. The scoring is slowed down for Ilagan. (89-57). Malazarte. And Santos, Malazarte, the step back jumper. Well defended by Dennis Santos. Gumaru to Dennis Santos. And Rangel putting his body in between Santos and the rim. Stops the fast break.
Yeah, the inclusion of Chadi Rangel to this Bacolod squad, really a big thing para sa kanila, both literally and figuratively. It's just that in this game, they were just caught off guard, and yung pyesa nila hindi rin na ganun kalalim compared to what the Cowboys have enjoyed, especially with their pickups. But you see the fight in them, and it's only going to be a matter of time before these guys are able to click. This year might not be the year, but these are building blocks that they can really expect to continue to represent Bacolod basketball in the future.
Ilagan as well. Ang ganda dito for Ilagan is that after the window, dumami din ng mga players na may roots sa Ilagan and Isabela. Buraga steps out to the three-point line. That won't drop. Rebound ni Gumaru. Gumaru trying to settle things down here. Buraga inside. Nagpasang layup. Arenal gets the loose ball and puts it in. And 6 points for Ryan Arenal. I'm sure everyone in Ilagan is happy with the way the Cowboys are performing. Team owner boss Jay Diaz. I'm sure he's glad that things are coming together finally for the team. Mayor Jay Diaz, of course. Gumaru gets that one to go. 93-57. It's been an absolute masterclass, as you've said, Javi Palanya, the way the Cowboys have been dismantling the Tubo Slashers.
Surgical, as I mentioned earlier, and everybody just getting a piece of the pie in this game para sa kanilang kupunan laban sa Bacolod. 93-57 ang ating score.
Babalik ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino dito sa Inares Sports Arena in Pasig. That's our fan of the game, brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. It's 6 minutes and 2 seconds na natitira dito sa ating laro. Ilagan, Isabela on their way to reaching double digits in wins this season. Aquino knocks down the three.
And this is going to be their longest winning streak so far this year, right?
Yeah, that was the win against Imos last time. It was their first winning streak. Can you believe that, Javi?
It's really admirable how they've...
Oh.
Tatanggal pa yung sapatos ni
I can't
SQ.
believe they missed that call.
It happened right in front of us.
I can't believe they missed that call. Shadi pretty much locked up
Yeah.
yung paa ni Sean Quiteves.
Good thing nothing
Oh,
came out of that anymore.
Quiteves fires a three. Di pumasok. Rebound ni Jeric Villanueva. PJ Intia. Mamadali. PJ is fouled.
It doesn't really matter who's inside trying to protect the basket. Incha will try to finish at the rim no matter what. I've always been impressed with this game and how crafty he has been finding the angles in which he can put that ball into the basket.
93 to 63. The scoring has slowed down a bit, pero
Just a bit.
Just a
teeny
bit.
tiny bit.
Braga gets the rebound. Binigay kay Josh Ramirez.
And Ajay was just really a huge loss
Yeah,
para sa Bacolod.
they were already underdogs going into this matchup, and mas mabigat yung challenge nung wala pa si JC Ajay. Ramirez continues to miss. Intia. Lumapit si PJ. Left-handed scoop won't go. Rebound ni Buraga. Gumaru quickly to Ramirez. Dondon gets it back. Binigay kay Arenal. The push shot. Hindi pumasok. Rangel. Bigay kay Aquino. Like he carried that basketball.
Yeah, I think he got away with it.
Coming in for Ilagan is Sean Bautista. In for Joshua Ramirez. Duboze. Lumapit. Little hang time. And that will go back to Ilagan. Under 4 minutes to play. Sean Bautista. Binigay kay Arenal. Sean gets it back. Kitevis. To Dondon Gumaru. Bautista on the move. Bigay kay SQ. Sean gets it back. That's a three. And that won't go. And a foul on Arenal.
Binura niya sa eksena dun. Si Aquino.
It's a good look galing kay Sean Bautista. Pang-apat na team foul for the Cowboys. 3.5 minutes to play. Cowboys already over the limit. Malazarte. Aquino. Buraga has another rebound under his belt.
That's 7 now in the game para sa kanya.
Malazarte. Atake, baseline, and a layup goes in.
I like how the gear has it shifted down despite the huge lead for guys like Malazarte.
And actually, it goes both ways. Now, the gear has not shifted down for Bacolod. And that says a lot about the way this Ilagan team has also, you know, brought them down and really took them out.
Tama ka dyan.
Kasi hindi naman talaga nagbago yung pace ng Bacolod. It's just that they really got overwhelmed by Ilagan.
Masyado lang talaga sila naunahan in that first quarter. And Ilagan never relaxed. They never put their foot off the gas pedal.
This is the three-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Coco Pingoy, 15 points, 5 of 6 from beyond the arc. 3 assists as well for the former teammate of my partner here.
Iba rin yung ngiti niya ngayon eh.
Boss Joey Fournier, team governor of the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. Of course, let's give a shout out sa mga laging maganda ang pag-host sa MPBL doon sa Ilagan. Mayor J. Diaz, Governor Rodito Albano, Ilagan Isabela Cowboys team owner J.O. Diaz, Vice Mayor Jave Diaz, and GSO, City GSO Ricky Lagi, Boss Ricky Lagi. Sila po, no? Siyempre, nandito si board member EJ Diaz na present sa venue, representing the family. And they've really, you know, they've really sort of na-establish na nila yung reputation nila dito, Javi, no? Itong Ilagan, the way they play and the way they really just, yung composition ng team nila, that we are, you know, there is a certain identity and that excites a lot of people here sa liga natin.
I think coming in, di naman siguro sila kukuha ng franchise dito kung hindi rin nila aayusin. You know, I think one of their goals coming in, aside of course from getting the wins and trying to make the postseason in their first year here in the league, I think one of their goals is really to be one of the more model franchises here in the league.
Talk about modern franchises and also, you know, malaking bagay ito in their efforts to promote their city
Yes.
and the province as a sports tourism hub. And Mark Dyke is not yet done.
Pinasok pa dito ni Coach Louis Gonzalez to try and add to his totals. You know, Ilagan, just by having that nice venue in Capital Arena, very state-of-the-art facility. Very rare to have that kind of venue in our provinces. Just by having that puts them ahead of many
Yes.
places here in the Philippines.
And I think they have a huge volleyball event there this weekend. Itong Ilagan. Can't wait to be back. Malazarte is up to 9 points. Ganda din ang pick-up nito si Malazarte. No?
Oh, yeah.
From all the way, pinalipad to, galing Bacolod. 10 points para kay Kenneth Malazarte.
Kung iisipin mo, if they started the season with this current team that they have right now, I think hindi ganito yung magiging record nila. Kung tatanggalin mo lang lahat ng hirap na pinagdaanan nila, obviously there have been games where they come in and only coming up with 7 to 8 players.
Yeah.
But if they started the season with this current crop that they have right now, sans the injuries and all of those other struggles that they've had, I think they would have been a more competitive team. Dahil nakita mo naman yung laban, ayaw naman magpatalo ng mga player dito eh.
Yeah.
It's just that there is a lot of inexperience. A lot of these guys are new to the league, but they seem to be unfazed. They're just here they are here to really put their province back on the map as one of the hotbeds of basketball here in the country.
That's the second block of the Flying A.
A Flying A ba ang nickname ito ni Adorio?
Kita mo naman yun. Flying.
Really swept in to deny that shot.
Barrera off the bounce. That won't go. Bautista will get to the pass. Sean Bautista will finish.
And, you know, they have the right head coach in place to be able to kickstart their first year here in the league. Because if you're talking about a guy who knows how to develop habits and instill discipline, Coach Louis Gonzalez is definitely your guy.
Yeah, they have the right man for the job, really. 99 to 69. The Bose will miss the bonus. Rebound ni Adorio.
You know, he's dealt with a lot of pressure throughout his career. He's no stranger to it. I'm sure there was a lot of pressure from management, especially when the losses started coming. You know, to be able to get back on the winning track. But yeah, he has persevered through it.
There's always a belief in there dun sa kampo ng Cowboys that at some point things will come together. Mark Dyke, that three rattles out. Malazarte. It's it to Mark Barrera. Nandun pa rin ang Ilagan nakadepensa. Dyke picks it up. Bautista. No. Hindi natapos. Malazarte will finish. 99 to 73. Coach Louis has had a luxury of giving guys like AJ Miranda, you know, a little rest in this ball game.
Lalo na si Art de la Cruz.
And Art de la Cruz, you expect him to be back in the coming weeks. But itong Ilagan Isabela Cowboys, with a third straight victory and an impressive one at that. Another impressive win para dito sa Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. 99-73. We had a lot of candidates for our best player of the game, brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. We could have gotten your good friend, Coco Pingoy. We could have given it to AJ Miranda, who got the ball rolling. AJ had 14 points and 4 assists. Coco had a 5 of 6 clip from beyond the arc. 15 points in just 11 minutes. But we will give our best player of the game to Mark Dyke. 20 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Made 8 of his 10 shots, Javi, and really epitomized this really strength na pinapakita ng Ilagan ngayon.
Yeah, best game of the season so far para sa kanya, and I think this is a big confidence boost, especially dun sa kanilang mga susunod na games where he's gonna face really top-tier composition in the front court.
The 5-star Cowboys with a big win, 99-73. Let's go to Mika Abisamis.
Maraming salamat. Congratulations, Mark. Palagi natin ito pinag-uusapan, no? Ano masasabi mo sa tuluyang pagbigay ni Coach Louie ng kumpiyansa sa mga laro mo? Today, you had 20 points.
Siguro naging kilang din namin ngayong game is nag-enjoy kami lahat. Lahat masaya, nabibigyan ng chances. So, napakita namin sa game namin ngayon.
Mark, isa ka sa originals, no? Sa start ng season na to dito sa Ilagan. Pero ngayon, marami na kayo. Mas nadagdagan kayo ng talent. Kumusta kayo magkakasama ngayon? Lalo na sa game na to, nakitaan agad natin si Pingoy.
Siyempre, sa practice namin, pinupush lahat ng mga coaches. So, kung ano yung ginagawa namin sa practice na nagawa namin ngayong game na to.
Maraming salamat. Meron ka ba mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan, Mark?
Una, nagpapasama na kay God. And gusto ko rin pasalamatan yung governor namin, Governor Dito Albano, Mayor Jade Diaz, team owner Gio Diaz, team manager Vice Mayor JV Diaz, board member EJ Diaz, and team governor Sir Ricky Lagi, Sir Joey Fournier, Sagittarian, CPF 5-star, Mr. Mu, Mayor Venus Bautista, DDD Agricultural Organics, EGB Construction, and family ko sa Pampanga.
Maraming salamat, Mark Dyke. This play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsors the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Si Delphin Javi.
Congratulations, Swaggy D. Thank you for that, Mika. And Mark Dyke leading the charge once again for the Cowboys. That's his second best player of the game honor this season, leading the way para dito sa Ilagan. Picking up win number 10. It was beautiful basketball right from the get-go for the Cowboys. A 5-star performance para sa kanila. And they will walk away with the victory. Magbabalik ang inyong MPBL for the matchup between Pangasinan and Valenzuela City.